Hi, so today is 9 weeks since my original surgery on the labrum in my left shoulder. Apologies for my voice, by the way. We literally just got back from a 2-week trip to Thailand, so my brain is 7 hours ahead of the real time here in the UK. And I've picked up a bit of a cold from the aircon on the plane, so sorry about that. Can I also just say it now, please do give the video a like. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm to let more people see it, so that hopefully more people who are going through the same issues get an idea of what to expect. But in terms of where I'm at, recovery, this is week 9 of a 12-week program that the consultant set for me in terms of getting back to sport and things like that. So after 6 weeks I was back to running, so I've been running consistently since week 6 and no problems at all. While I was away, I was able to start swimming breaststroke. I'm not allowed to swim front crawl, or what people in the States or Australia would call freestyle. I'm not allowed to attempt that till 12 weeks, but breaststroke I've been doing fine, although I've been doing it in short amounts and pretty easy. I haven't been doing long sets of 1,000, 2,000 metres at a time or anything like that, but no real problems. And I've been steadily advancing the exercises that I'm doing, which I'll show you now. So these things are called TheraBands. You can get them in different colours, so if you go onto Amazon and look at TheraBands, I think you can get like a pack. I think yellow is the easiest, and they go up from a light blue. I think this is one of the harder ones, but I'm not quite sure, to be honest. And then all the way up to black, which is the most resistance. But in all honesty, you can increase the resistance by just tightening. So if you hold it here, that's going to be much easier than if you bring your hands into the middle and go there. But in terms of exercises, the kind of things that I've been told to do is so external rotation, and it's really important your thumbs are facing up. And so basically just going out like this, and keeping the elbows locked into the side of your body as much as possible, so that it's the shoulder and rotator cuff muscles doing the work. Some people have told me that, you can put a towel here, so that and to make sure that you keep the towel into your body to make sure you're doing the exercise properly. But basically doing this, and my physio said to use both arms. At first I was just doing it with the affected arm, but she said it's worth doing it with both at the same time, so that's what I've been doing. The second exercise, so I've got a longer band now, trap it under a foot, and the first exercise is going right from out here up to here, again keeping your thumb up to here. And sort of once you're past here, this is kind of the range where previously I wasn't supposed to do it. Like in front of the body here, it was described to me as the safe zone, but once you get past that and over here, that's where you are challenging the shoulder a bit more. So that exercise, slight variation on that is to start here and just do quite small movements, but actually that's more challenging because the resistance is on the whole time. So that's a variation on that one. And then straight up like that. In terms of range of movement, with this arm I can get it to, I believe, 180 degrees. With this, it's not quite there. I'd say it's about 170, and I think that is where I was post-op, because I first dislocated my shoulder over 20 years ago, and I think the damage over the years, because I've had 10 full dislocations, is such that I'm probably never going to get quite the same range of movement. And then in terms of behind my back, with this arm I can get my hand right between my shoulder blades, whereas with this arm on its own, that's about as high as it will go, or I can push it a bit more, but that's about as much as I can do. It's not that it hurts, it's just that it just won't go there. And I'm going to talk to the consultant about it and find out, but I suspect that's about as much as I'm going to get at my age, because I'm 46 now. So, as I said before, I've been told I can start doing front crawl or freestyle in about 3 weeks' time. That still does sound ambitious to me. I'm pretty nervous about trying to do that, particularly as my last dislocation happened when swimming front crawl, and it was the worst dislocation I had in my life, and it took 3 attempts to get back in, and it was pretty horrible. So to eventually go back to that same pool and try freestyle again is quite a mental hurdle to get over, but I also just feel the shoulder may not be quite ready for that, but maybe in 3 weeks I'll be different. I mean, certainly in this position I'm probably more confident than when I was before the op, but it still feels vulnerable. I don't know if that's mental or physical. We haven't really been doing any exercises around this position to strengthen it, so maybe that starts in about 12 weeks. And then from here I've got some movement, but it's not, it just doesn't feel quite the same as the other arm. But generally things have been pretty good. I did have one situation on holiday. I was snorkeling and I moved this arm really fast like this to turn, because I was trying to follow a shark. And when I did that really quickly without thinking, it did feel very loose, i.e. it didn't sublux, but it actually felt like it slipped a little bit, which pretty much unnerved me, and I was then very careful snorkeling for the rest of the trip. In all honesty, that was the only time that I've experienced in the 9 weeks where I felt anything like that, but it did concern me that the stability wasn't quite there. So I need to speak to the consultant about whether this is something I should expect and that the stability will improve as the strength in the muscles improves, or whether there's an issue there, but we shall see. But generally, after 9 weeks, normal everyday movement is all okay and it's all good. So today's Christmas Eve, so happy Christmas everyone, and Happy New Year. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye bye.